What up, man? It's your boy King Moses live from the porch, man. I know I've been out the loop a little bit. I've been seeing what's been going on. Time constraints with life and stuff like that just been going on. It's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. So I just had some time to just, sit in the porch, decompress a little bit and just try to get back to it a little bit or whatever, So it's going to be a lot more coming up, while I got some downtime or whatever, I just be having a busy life sometimes, getting a little busier, but I always got to take some time out to spit some game or whatever and to get my thoughts on the stuff that's going on in the world, man. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, I pray for these kids, man. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on that people don't realize how much it's affecting these kids and just the people in general, man. People just be doing stuff and not thinking about the consequences and how it affects the other people that's looking up to you or looking at you, whatever. And I just be trying to think like that, man. So, my motto, man. I'm always saying that, when I use this as a generalistic statement, man, but women don't know what they want. We can go to a whole video about that on its own, man. I'm not saying that all women are like that. I know a lot of women that I've seen and encountered and that's in the world are like that, and that's just my thought process. So, for an example, like I said, a woman will say they want a traditional man. That's a very vague statement that doesn't really make real too much sense on what that means. But if they do come with specifics of like, oh, I want someone that's, you know, like how my grandfather was in the 1960s or whatever, they're not realizing, yes, they might want a romantic type or whatever and all that stuff, how they were back then. But that was a whole totally different era. And that cannot apply to nowadays where the times have just changed. Technology has changed and the way of the world has changed. Back then in the 60s, women could barely even work. Even the civil rights era, stuff like that. There's just a lot of stuff that was changed that doesn't apply now. A lot of women didn't even work; they were just housewives or homemakers. That can't happen now. I'm not saying that it can't, but a lot of women now are more independent. They work, they do their own thing or whatever. So you can't ask for a traditional man when we're not in a traditional era. So some women don't think that, and then when they get a man that's like that, back then they were a little bit more controlling because they had more say so and all that stuff, whatever. But then a woman will complain that, oh well, you're too controlling, and yeah, you take care of all the bills, but I'm losing the sense of myself, and I need independence. So there's an example there of how I feel that women don't know what they want. Again, it's a generalistic statement. So my voice and we'll get into the videos, but I do not argue with women. I do not debate with women because I feel that as much information is given to them, they still continuously, ignore that advice. They feel that they know everything and they want to do what they want to do. So my feeling is they need to learn the hard way. They need to learn by example and consequences of their choices. There's no point of talking to them, trying to debate them, even when we're 100% right or majority right. They can't accept accountability and they're not going to change their ways. So they're going to figure it out. So it's a waste of time and breath talking to them. It's a waste of time and breath talking to certain men, whether they on that gypsy shit or they just young minded and they just want to fit in and just want attention. It is what it is. But I feel more comfortable talking to a younger person because they don't know and they are really still trying to listen and learn, and there's still a chance that you can do something about that. Women and dudes that's over a certain age period or mindset, you can't do nothing about it. So that's why my message is for a certain dynamic and a certain group of people, whatever. And I don't really put the message out there for women, nor do I try to convince women because it's a waste of time. So my message is to the men because these are the people that I'm talking to, or the young boys, the young kids. Y'all don't have to transform yourself to appease a woman. Be yourself, whatever that is. Do not listen to women and try to transform into something that they say they want. Because at the end of the day, they'll say that they want that, and then the next week they will change their mind. So there's no point in even trying to transform to get the attention of a woman or please her, because it's not gonna matter. All you can do is be the best version of you, and she can accept it or decline it. So here's an example of contradiction of how women think. Now, I don't get on the TikTok. I don't like this choreographed stuff or whatever, but I'll give it up when people is talking facts or whatever. So this young lady, she might be a gypsy. I don't know, and I don't not listen to people just because they do stuff for attention or whatever, because there's jewels that are dropped or whatever. So you take from it as you will. For example, Kevin Samuels, I feel that he was a gypsy, but he was talking a lot of good shit. He was doing it for attention and money and clout and all that stuff. But that doesn't take away the fact of some of the stuff that he was saying was factual, actual factual, facts plus tax. You get what I'm saying? So whether it's male or female, I'll give them a listen no matter how crazy the message is or whatever, or the deliverance of the message or whatever. I'll give them a shot. So I ran across this on Twitter, and I'll let y'all check it out or whatever and let you know what my thoughts is about it. But yeah, we're gonna play it.
I am so freaking sick of this whole sassy man apocalypse bullshit. Girls, were we not just the ones who collectively got together and we agreed, we're like, man, I cannot stand it when they're so fucking nonchalant. I can't stand it when they're not expressing themselves. Oh, sex. Oh, sports. Oh, video games. And then you're like, okay, but like, how does anything in life make you feel? And they're just like, I don't know, man, I'm just trying to vibe. I thought we all agreed that we hated that shit. That we hated it. We were all like, we'd like to have a world where men have more like layers, where they could feel comfortable enough to talk about shit like sadness and longing and jealousy and just pain and in general. All saying that. We had all agreed on that. So tell me why recently this whole new trend is going on, and if a guy comes up to you and then he's just like, I'm actually feeling really, really bad about that. That thing that happened the other day, like that made me feel really underappreciated, and I feel like I'm putting a lot of effort into this relationship and I feel like you're not doing as much or whatever. And instead of being like, oh my god, I am so sorry, I didn't realize, we're all like, oh my god, you're being so sassy right now. We will never be free. We will never be free. We will forever be locked in these chains. You guys do realize that in the ideal world where there's a lack of toxic masculinity, there are going to be a lot of men being pretty sassy all the damn time, right? Because there would be no social stigma against a man just being like, I'm sad, I want to fucking cry. Yeah, that shit hurt my feelings. That would be normal. That would be normal in the ideal world. I did not know I would ever see the day where I would come on this app and defend men. You have me on here defending men. How are we ever going to have a world full of Allens if every time an Allen does as an Allen does and just expresses themselves, we're just like, ew. That kind of gave me the ick. Ugh. At first, I thought sassy was this new silly little internet way of being like, oh, he's being weird or he's being annoying or whatever. But I was like, oh, no. Sassy's supposed to mean he's being overly expressive of his emotions. I thought that's what you wanted. Was I wrong? Were we actually you know what? Actually, that toxic masculinity shit, fucking with it. Were we actually there? And I was just back far behind, and I just didn't know. And
So, I mean, as you can clearly see right there, whatever, women don't know how to take accountability. Yeah, I mean, that'll be another one. I might have to pull that up one too, whatever. But yeah, women can't take accountability because she was on the edge. It was like, was I wrong? Was I wrong? And clearly you can see that she don't like men or has a disdain for men or bashing men. And she somewhat had to give it up. Yeah, well, you got me up here defending them or whatever. And they know that they're in the wrong for what they're doing. So men, you can clearly see, like I said, they don't know what they want. One day they don't want dudes to play video games and just watch sports and do all this and do all that. Now they want someone that's sensitive and into their feelings or whatever. And then when you want it like that or whatever, they think you sassy or soft, attacking your sexuality, whatever, thinking that you a simp or like Drake or whatever. And then they're like, oh, now I want the rough and tough, man, per se. So, dudes, y'all just need to be who y'all are, man. Stop trying to be camouflaging and transforming into somebody that y'all are really not. You got some women out here that be like, yeah, I want a thug nigga, whatever. So then now you got square dudes or whatever that's just like not about that life. It don't need to be about that life because I think it's stupid. But now you out here trying to impress a broad because you selling drugs, you shooting people, you robbing people, doing all this dumb stuff to try to impress women for the short term. And then you'll have these girls get tired of it, be like, oh yeah, well, I'm just tired of this getting done so wrong, da da da, whoop whoop. And then I need somebody that's like more secure, got a job, and blah blah blah. And then they get with them dudes or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you're too boring. So that should tell you right then and there. Men, y'all see the signs. So y'all don't have to do all this stuff, whatever. You have the power in the play, whatever, where it's like, man, if you don't like how I'm giving it up, whatever, get the fuck on. So they only got two choices. Either deal with the dudes that they don't like and they swear up and down that they hate, or they're going to be by themselves and be bitter if they don't want to fuck with you or a guy like you that they feel that is boring. And if they're going to deal with you in that certain type of way, then they're not really into you like that or whatever. So don't do but so much. Don't be out here tricking and going over and beyond and try to do all this and do all that. You have the power. In the back of the mind, you should already know she's not really into me. She's just here to cope of the loneliness that she's had because she don't know what she wants. She's trying to cover up her daddy issues. So you got to make the decision. You got the power in your hands. Y'all just letting it go. So, again, women don't know what they want. And if you know this, you should be able to play your hand accordingly. Here's another video from the Joe Budden podcast about how, again, women are contradicting themselves and just on that nonsense, that rigmarole.
Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
This is unprecedented times in which
man.
No, it's not a contradiction. This is unprecedented times in which women and men are now level with the amount of money that they can make. We have women who are CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. This is an unprecedented time. You know what I'm saying? So to where a woman has gotten herself to the professional position that her man is. So that woman who is the CEO of Xerox, I'm asking, do you think that she wants to, or it should be expected for her to date said bus driver?
You want me to answer you for real?
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
You motherfucking right.
Absolutely.
The same way you just said, that equal yoke, stay there. And this is my point. When the man is the CEO of Xerox, when he dates the secretary, you don't think nothing wrong with that, do you?
Answer the question.
I want you to answer me, Mel, please.
The two things are completely different.
They are not.
How are
That's
they
the
not?
fucking problem.
Men and women are not. You guys are not. We're not the same.
You don't have to try and say it louder, nigga. Trust me, heard you the first time.
We're not the same. We are not the same.
Nigga, you better talk, because you be taking offense.
Don't touch the organ! It's striking anything that might not move!
I want you to stop sitting on the fence and give your opinion.
I'm listening.
Shut your bitch ass up.
No, but you sitting here not saying nothing, and y'all niggas be making me look crazy. And then later on, they be like, yo, Mel's not. Nigga, I'm not the only person thinking that.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go right there as far as like seeing the goddamn accountability lacking. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, man. But the proof is right there in the pudding.
He's ready for your final challenge.
Let me pause this real quick or whatever. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, man. So it's just like, man, y'all just need to just see this shit or whatever and just like, man, do better, man. Like, don't need to transform into some other dude or whatever because they don't know what they want. Now, in that clip, the girl was basically saying like, yeah, we they don't want to date a dude that's not making a certain amount of money because women have excelled in life now since they got their own money, So it's a switch from back in the 50s and 60s in the traditional days when women didn't make that much money or didn't make any money at all, and they were the housewives or the homemakers, and now they're shaping out of that and being more independent. So they feel that they can only date their equal or a man that makes more money than them. So They can't deal with the bus driver with her. If she makes 100K, she can't deal with a man that's making 60K, 70K, whatever, that don't have this sexy, glorious job or whatever. But they expect a man to do that. They expect men to marry a woman because we don't care about that stuff. They do. They care about the money. And even when they got their own money to be able to take care of their own selves, they still want a man to take care of them, even though they have their own, which is nasty work. And it's not a problem about man taking care of you. You should be a team at that point, but women don't see it that way. So they just look at it like, I got my own money. I'm not spending it on you or us. You come in and spend it on us, and I'm going to keep mine to myself. So just in case we go on our separate ways or whatever, I'm still good. And I can cake up even more because I ain't even got to spend my own money no more because I'm lazy. I don't like it. So niggas, pay attention. Young men, pay attention. Proof is in the pudding. And then this is the last video I'm going to play y'all out to, whatever. And then I'm going to let y'all go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, and all that stuff or whatever. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I tripping? Whoop-de-whoop.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's where I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much, okay? You crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out, okay? Good luck, ladies. I ain't...
Okay, well, hold on real quick, though, sweetheart. I got you some of these right. Look,
I just want to let you know.
Then look at the sip niggas. You always gonna have on, and don't be them. Look at the sip niggas on the sideline trying to pick up trying to scavenger, trying to pick up the leftovers and the goddamn throwaways and shit like that. Them be the ones. Don't be them.
He's very beautiful. This shit's good. Look, on God. 110 calories.
And then there were two. Ladies, today's challenge, you will walk up to the table and take accountability. There's no time limit. The first person to do it takes home $100,000. Are you ladies ready? Ladies ready for your final challenge? All right, ladies.
Yeah, man. So that's the crazy shit, man. It was a little skit or whatever, but that shit be true, man. That should be actual factual, man. So yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. So it's your boy King Moses, live from the porch. Like, subscribe, share, all that other shit. Like I said, man, this is here for the know, not the show. I'm out.